Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Expo 2020 Dubai and to the Global Media Briefing. I'm delighted to be standing in front of the Al Wasl Dome at the very heart of the Expo site, which, in a few short months, will come alive as we welcome the world to the first ever World Expo hosted in the Middle East, Africa and South Asia region. From the onset of the pandemic, we've been determined to find a way to bring people together. We've rallied, persisted and persevered. Every aspect of Expo is now charged with this spirit. We're presented with both a responsibility and an opportunity to curate an Expo that stands apart as the world's greatest and safest show of resilience and humanity, where we're connecting minds and creating the future. In order to host this event safely and responsibly, the UAE has followed a clear strategy in managing COVID-19 that is science-based and data-driven. We've acted quickly and responsibly to introduce a raft of precautionary measures in line with the latest information and guidance from local and international authorities. We will deliver a safe and secure Expo for all staff, participants and visitors. Our theme is more relevant than ever now as we come together for the first mega event since the pandemic began, to focus on key world challenges and discover ideas and innovations that will shape and improve the future. We now look forward to welcoming the world to the Expo 2020 event as we work together and remain agile and responsive to change to ensure we deliver on our vision for a memorable and safe Expo 2020. We invite you to join us in helping tell the stories of this extraordinary 182-day event that encompasses a huge range of compelling content opportunities. From headline acts, business and trade talks, key opinion leader interviews and celebrity appearances, to stunning architecture, unique culinary experiences, music and dance festivals. And the participation of more than 190 countries, the most inclusive Expo and the first time that all participating nations have their own pavilion, providing them with an opportunity to talk about what matters to them and showcase their culture, history, business and tourism. Our briefing today is designed to equip you with the operational information you need to plan your journey to cover Expo, and also to learn more about the media opportunities that await you. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce the UAE Minister of State for International Cooperation and Director General of Expo 2020 Dubai, Her Excellency Reem Al Hashmi.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, thank you for your time, your commitment, and for your genuine interest in this global effort. The world in which we will host our Expo is not the same world in which it was awarded to the city of Dubai all the way back in November 2013. In the course of just the last 18 months, our priorities and responsibilities have been challenged and have changed, and so have we. Yet some things remain the same. We remain confident that we will attract 25 million visits over our 6 months of event time to the very first World Exposition to take place in the Middle East, Africa, and the South Asia region. We remain confident that we will welcome them safely so that they and their friends and family, their colleagues and their peers can enjoy themselves with the assurance that their health and peace of mind is our uncompromising commitment. And we remain resolved to deliver on our promise, which has never wavered, to deliver an experience with genuine purpose and meaning, with the hope that our collective global presence and our spirit of earnest cooperation promotes a measurable legacy for communities across the globe. In the wake of the pandemic, during which we have suffered so much as individuals, families, communities, industries and economies, and in the first cautious steps of our global recovery, we are grateful for the opportunity to safely and purposefully come together in one place. And that's what an Expo is. That's what our Expo is. The whole world in one place. Our Expo, which opens its doors barely 3 months from today, is the right place, the right time, and the right moment to come together to chart a path to a brighter future. With more than 190 nations in the room and everyone afforded an equal opportunity to have their voice heard in this unprecedented global conversation. You, the members of the media, have an essential role to play in the capture and broadcast of this conversation. You speak truth to power and hold yourselves accountable to that mission, because we can plan all we want and talk all we want, but if we don't hear each other, then we won't heal each other. That's why your role is so vital. You are our voice to 7.8 billion people. And with so many people unable to travel in this COVID era, you're the only way for billions around the world to learn from and experience this commitment to global cooperation. If there's one thing you remember, we hope it's this. The mission of our Expo is to build a cleaner, safer, and healthier future for all. These are indeed unprecedented times, and so this must be an unprecedented Expo. As parts of the world brace themselves against the ongoing impact of COVID-19, while others re-emerge slowly, sensibly, yet with increasing confidence, our Expo 2020 is a distinct opportunity to signal, to capture, and to showcase our solidarity, our commitment, our creativity, and our ceaseless drive toward innovation. We can share this message, which is not just the message of the United Arab Emirates, but of more than 200 nations and international organizations. And whether through news, entertainment, features, or social, you can take it into the homes and imaginations of a truly global audience. You can reach everyone on earth. And right now, I would say that we could all do with something to lift us up, to reassure us, and to inspire us once more. Ladies and gentlemen, over the next few hours, members of our Expo team, our family of more than 70 nationalities from around the world, will fill you in on all the opportunities that our Expo experience will offer, as well as the investment we have made in first-class media services and facilities to help you carry out your best work and get the compelling stories you need and your audiences deserve. Over the 6 months of Expo, every country will celebrate its National Day, which presents a real opportunity to report home about the festival of celebration for your nation's achievements and vision for the future. Yet Expo is about so much more than this as well. Our Expo site is one of the most visually striking locations in the history of world expositions, a multi-purpose built city of the future with real-world implications for the way in which generations to come will live, work, and play. Meanwhile, in the digital space, our extraordinary online offering will transport visitors from communities across the globe into the heart of the Expo experience, all without leaving their living rooms, let alone picking up a passport. On-site and online, our visitors will be presented with personal and compelling experiences across all 182 days of event time, whether that's in the form of show-stopping entertainment, a global culinary adventure, or a breathtaking opening ceremony, or in the showcasing of life-changing innovations, the galvanizing of policy-making and public advocacy around hot-button issues that will deliver real solutions for the shared future of people and planet. All of this is available for you to participate in the timeless act of storytelling. We urge you to do so and are committed to being your partner in helping you get the coverage you want, need, and deserve. For now, I'll invite our team to guide you through what you need to do to fully embrace this once-in-a-generation opportunity. I'm very grateful for your time today, excited to show you our plans, and looking forward to hearing your stories and those of the world throughout Expo 2020. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency. The format of today's briefing is a series of short presentations across a wide range of media-related topics, followed by a live question and answer session, where you'll have the opportunity to hear the answers to questions you've already submitted in advance, and to direct any additional queries to our panel. This briefing will then be available on Tawasul, should any of your colleagues like to watch the briefing at a later date. And now, to provide an overview of the programming and content that will feature throughout our 4.38 square kilometre site, I'd now like to hand over to Nadia Verji, Expo 2020 Chief of Staff, Amna Abulhoul, Executive Creative Director of our Events and Entertainment team, and Omar Shahade, Chief of our International Participants.
The Programme for People and Planet aims to provide a platform for global thinkers and leaders to come together and explore measurable and meaningful ways we can all impact our future world. Over the course of 6 months, more than 220 events and experiences will take place within our site, with the aim of finding answers to some of society's most fundamental questions, like how will we live and what will we learn, in order to improve the world for generations to come.
This is not only an economic challenge, but a question of justice, fairness, and equity. Our Expo is our moment to reach upwards in a spirit of renewed optimism, to explore and discover, to build and innovate.
We at Expo will ask those questions, and we're inviting the world to help answer them. And underpinning all of this are the themes of business, innovation, and women and girls empowerment. There will be many opportunities to be part of those conversations. The Expo Live program recognizes global changemakers who are creating scalable solutions for some of the world's biggest challenges, with the aim of improving the lives of people everywhere. In awarding $100,000 grants to global innovators representing 76 countries, Expo Live is already having a tangible impact in communities around the world.
So we work with the baby cares that exist, and we provide them training and mentorship and support tools to be able to improve the quality of care that they provide, as well as improve the resiliency of these micro businesses that they run.
We're working on a smart last mile vaccine cooling system. It's called SMILE. It basically makes sure the vaccines are kept at the right temperatures when they are out and delivered to very, very remote areas. I really wanted to encourage scientists or engineers working on these important problems, because we could really have made changes.
In the spirit of understanding one another better, we have partnered with the Gapminder Foundation, who specializes in using big data to dismantle misconceptions around the world. Through our Flip Your Worldview program, we are working with all nations here at Expo to address and challenge commonly held misconceptions in a way that is accessible, engaging, and insightful to the public. Our pavilion dedicated to women will champion the cause of gender equality and women's empowerment, and carry the reminder that when women thrive, so does all of humanity.
When I think of how we draw from the UAE experience, and when we look at how committed the leadership of the UAE, really dating to His Highness Sheikh Zayed, the founder of the Emirates, his wife, Her Highness Sheikha Fatima, and all of the great work that she's done in putting gender parity to the table and empowering women, to Sheikha Hind and all of her many philanthropic and women empowerment initiatives across the world that you have seen, it's very evident that when a society puts them in equal footing, both men and women alike, and allows for a more meritocracy-based framework to evolve and to develop, that you actually see a thriving community.
The business leaders of the world will be in Dubai, and there will be plenty of opportunity to hear firsthand from decision makers who are directly impacting the reimagining of the global economy in this COVID era. Discover what the future blueprint of trade, technology, commerce, and innovation will look like as it's co-created in real time. Speak to the men and women who are blazing a trail for future industries, economies, and countries. That's just a tiny selection of what we're doing now and during event time. We're partnering with countless private sector pioneers, with UAE ministries, and with a host of international organizations as we provide a platform for real action and lasting change.
I'm delighted to speak with you today on behalf of a very passionate and inspired events and entertainment team.
Expo 2020's stellar entertainment lineup brings you Oscar-winning A.R. Rahman's pioneering women's ensemble, the Firdaus Orchestra. The orchestra will celebrate the musical talent of women in this region and encourage younger generations to realize their musical aspirations. Bollywood sensation Sonam Kapoor, together with a host of renowned international acts. Each month, over the course of Expo's celebration, we will take visitors on a musical journey with our World Beats series, exposing guests to styles and expressions they otherwise may never get a chance to experience. The Expo site will be alive with sounds and rhythms from across the globe, including a cappella music from Croatia, the famously slick moves of the Russian Bolshoi, and the world's largest Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu lesson. Expo 2020 will pay homage to the United Arab Emirates poetess Arwa bint Khalifa Al Suwaidi, introduce you to some of the sharpest minds on this planet as they clash in the World Chess Championships, and propel you into the cosmos with a display of rocks from the Apollo 12 mission. And on France National Day, we have plans that are truly out of this world, with acclaimed French astronaut Thomas Pesquet. You are all invited to join in a variety of international celebrations. Mexico reunites the living and dead in Dia de los Muertos. A technicolor display of fireworks bursts across the sky during Hindu festival Diwali. We rejoice in the most wonderful time of the year during the Christmas season. At the heart of Expo 2020 Dubai is Al Wasl Plaza, a place where magic is made. In the day's light, the Al Wasl Plaza is a garden of endless discoveries, a living mosaic of voices, music, art, and performances from all around the world, with magical, unforgettable moments for children and families. After sunset, the trellis awakens as an illuminated canvas against the night sky, capturing the imagination of visitors as it shares stories from the Arab region, our natural world, the cosmos, and humanity's endless quest for a better future. For the foodies out there, embark on a culinary journey around the world without leaving the UAE. Discover vibrant flavors at the African food hall or exquisite dishes from Italy to local street food and Asian delights. There will be plenty to get your teeth stuck into with more than 200 outlets across the site. Our goal is to curate a fusion of experiences that span continents and genres and encompass diverse mediums, including dance, visuals, poetry, and much more. This will be an experience that no one will want to miss, which is why we're inviting everyone to join us in our 6-month celebrational journey. Thank you.
Throughout history, Dubai has played a pivotal role in connecting cultures and commerce from all corners of the globe. And now this Expo will connect the world once again, as it becomes the first global event to take place since the onset of the pandemic. For the first time, each of the 191 countries will have their own pavilion, providing a unique opportunity to showcase the most important, impactful, and sometimes surprising offerings from their home nation. Here's a look at a few of the diverse editorial opportunities that await as you explore the world with an Expo. Visit the India Pavilion and discover how the 5 T's, talent, trade, tradition, tourism, and technology, are shaping the future of the nation whose human and cultural connection stretches back over 5,000 years. Time travel to ancient Egypt to see firsthand 3 ancient pharaoh statues and hear how one of the world's oldest civilizations is protecting the future of humanity. Take a trip to Japan, where you'll be greeted with the traditional origami shapes, before feasting on food that fuses Japanese and Middle Eastern cuisine in a new and exciting ways. Take in stunning performance of the Sabah and Sarawak warrior dance and see how the Carbon Net Zero Malaysia Pavilion captures the country's commitment to a more sustainable future. Take a virtual tour of some of Nigeria's most untouched destinations before soaking in the energy and discovering the creative talent of Africa's most populous country. As rising temperatures and growing populations endangers our oceans, innovation and conservation will be on display. Explore the Philippines Pavilion, designed to resemble a coral reef, working to preserve and protect the oceans that surrounds this archipelago. Experience the intense strength of a hurricane in the Bahamas Pavilion and see for yourself how the small island nation in the Caribbean copes with the onslaught of nature. Discover how innovators are using smart technology to shape the future of our environment. Take a trip to Czech Republic to discover how they are cultivating the world's desert by turning air into water. See how Singapore is integrating nature into buildings and farming rooftops to create a city that is sociable, sustainable, and livable. Fly over the Rift Valley into Kenya's capital, Nairobi, the birthplace of mobile money and banking, to explore the emerging startup scene. Or venture into Estonia to see how this tiny Baltic nation is the global leader of unicorns per capita and the most advanced digital society in the world. Take a voyage to the stars and discover how nations are embracing ancient expertise in astronomy to change life on Earth for the better. Journey to land down under and learn how Australia is harnessing 60,000 years of knowledge of astronomy to lead global research and discovery of astrophysics. Or gaze up at the legendary SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket standing tall outside the star-spangled USA Pavilion and learn how technology and mobility are forging a future path. So as you can see, from innovation to conservation, from outer space to under the ocean, our international participants will have a treasure trove of content for you to explore.
So, as you've heard, throughout Expo, we will be making news and creating compelling content. Let us now turn to the essential matter of accreditation. Whether you're joining us physically on site or accessing our platforms and assets remotely, you need to be accredited. Here is a quick overview of the process.
Whether you plan to attend Expo 2020 Dubai physically or cover the event remotely, media accreditation will give you access to content, services, and facilities. Access to the Expo 2020 site and the Expo Media Center, and dedicated on-site media services and facilities. Access to media systems within Tawasul, including the Media Asset Management System, an extensive library containing the very best of Expo-generated photography, film footage, and audio content, provided on a fee-free basis for editorial use. Media Booking System, which enables you to book media facilities and services. And the Spectrum Order Portal, where you must register radio frequency devices to be used on the Expo 2020 site. Media accreditation is required for any role that will generate content from Expo 2020, whether on-site or remotely. No individual can perform a media role at Expo without media accreditation. Register for access to Tawasul, the Media Information System. This will give you access to some content and information, but not the full range of media services that come with accreditation. Registering for access to Tawasul is a separate process to requesting media accreditation. Appoint an accreditation liaison officer who will act as a single point of contact and submit a media accreditation expression of interest. The only information we need at this initial stage is your organization details and the number of accreditations required. Once your expression of interest is confirmed, Expo will email the media accreditation guide to your accreditation liaison officer, along with the organization consent form to be completed and returned. Once access to the accreditation system is provided, the accreditation liaison officer can upload data for each individual requiring media accreditation. Once our data review and security check processes are completed, media accreditation passes will be ready for collection at the main accreditation center at Expo 2020 in the weeks prior to the start of the event. Media accreditation gives you access to the Expo 2020 site and the Expo Media Center. It does not grant an automatic right of entry to certain events, venues, and spaces. Participants' pavilions, example, country pavilions, media access is facilitated by the media liaison officer of each participant's pavilion. Expo-owned pavilions, like the thematic pavilions or the Expo Live Pavilion, media access is facilitated upon request to the Expo Pavilions and Exhibitions Operations team. Hospitality spaces are managed by Expo 2020's official hospitality partner. Restricted events, venues, or spaces are managed by supplementary access devices or other passes media must submit requests for access via the media booking system. We will provide the contact details and any help you need to request access for these locations. There are a number of steps required to complete the media accreditation process and need you to start this process immediately. For more details on the process, please review the accreditation page within the Plan Your Journey tab on Tawasul. This process takes time, and we do not have much time left, so please apply today. We look forward to welcoming you to Expo 2020 Dubai.
Welcome back, and please do not delay with your organisation's accreditation. The process takes time, and we don't have much time left. And don't forget to participate in the live Q&A that will follow today's presentation. As you can see, I've come inside now, and I'm joined by some colleagues for a chat in our host broadcaster DMI's TV studio.
Thank you, Mandy. Welcome to the Global Media Briefing Roundtable. Today I'm joined by Mohammed, Shauna, Mandy, and Arwa. What do you think is the most compelling reasons why media should be here at Expo 2020?
Well, let's go back. Let's go back to the importance of this Expo. And if we look at it, we've promised the world something exceptional. And we are on path to deliver that. We are talking about an Expo that's going to happen for the first time in the region. Out of its long history, this is the first time it's going to come to the Middle East. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event. We're talking about more than 190 countries. For the first time, each and every country will have its own pavilion. More than 60 live events per day, from national days to parades to conferences. So we will have a variety of things that are going to happen here. It's a small world coming together after the world has gone through something very hard together, which is the pandemic.
Thank you, Mohammed. Mandy, can you shed some light on any fees associated with the services that are being offered to the media?
Yeah, sure, of course. And I think it's really important to acknowledge what we've all gone through in the last 18 months. And we understand that budgets are tight, and in a time where we have this wonderful opportunity to share so much thinking, to share solutions for the future, that we give that opportunity back to the media. So we are guaranteeing an awful lot of fee-free footage. All of the content that we produce is free of charge to the media. The only charges that the media will face are anything provided by our 2 third-party providers. So if a media organisation can't bring their own film crew, our host broadcaster can provide that for them at a cost, because it's a cost to them. Similarly, if where satellite time is required, where uplinks are required, then our telecommunications partner, Etisalat, will charge. We are trying to minimise the barriers of entry to the media so that they can come and share in this fantastic newsworthy opportunity.
Truly, everything is being offered for them to be here. However, I'm already assuming that some might not be able to come to the UAE and experience it firsthand. So for the media that will not be able to be here, will there still be services online and platforms where they can tap into the media content?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the event runs for 182 days. We don't expect all the media to be here for all 182 days.
Though we'd love them to.
Although we want them to be here.
Definitely.
But what we've done is we've acknowledged that it may be difficult for some to physically travel, and for others they'll come, they'll go away and continue to cover the event. So, for example, our daily media briefings, which is the opportunity for the media to ask the organisers questions and to be briefed on each day's activity, that will be both physical and it will be virtual. So we'll have the opportunity for media wherever they are around the world to ask questions in that. Similarly, we have what we call a media asset management system, and that is a great big brain of all of the assets that we're creating, both moving image and photographic stills. And accredited media can log in and access those.
And if I can just add to that, we've
Please,
got
Shona.
some absolutely amazing content already stored on there, just ready for the media to start using, so both still and moving image. And we really would like to encourage everybody to accredit now, whether you're coming in person or whether you're coming and covering it remotely, to really have access to all that fabulous material and to be part of this event. It will be amazing.
Surely. Well, that's great news to know, so that if they cannot attend in person, they will still have access to all of the services through your online media platforms.
But we do want them to come here to tell their own
Definitely.
stories in their own
Definitely.
style. And when they get here, we have platforms around the site with the best views. We have access into pavilions. We think we've got it covered. If there's anything that we haven't got covered, it's the media's job to come and ask us to help a bit more.
And I think for the media to really experience this phenomenal show, we'd really love to see everybody here.
Are they going to have access to our drone images? Because I know these are very popular. Everybody always asks for them.
So clearly Ara's going to be asking the controversial question today. So drone flying, as I'm sure everybody is aware, is a challenging area in terms of health and safety. And for those media who are based locally here in the UAE, the business as usual rules do not apply. And for those of you who wish to fly drones or receive drone footage of their own, that is going to be challenging. So the airspace security team have working closely with the DCAA, the aviation controllers here, and they have established a group of already accredited drone flyers who are based locally and licensed and registered. So the offer to the media is, if you want drone footage or if you want drone stills, we can facilitate that. There will be a cost, and furthermore, we are doing our own drone filming and drone photography during the event within the safety guidelines, of course, and those will be available to the media on the media asset management system. So
Mohammed mentioned the 192 plus participants, and surely every media source out there would want to cover their country's National Day. Do we have a maximum cap on how many media could be accredited?
We have as many media that can come. Basically, we will be allowing media in to cover the National Day, which will start in our Wasl, our iconic, you can see just behind us here, iconic dome, where it really is the heart of the whole Expo site. So the National Day ceremonies will be taking place there. But we also we're obviously being very conscious of safety, so we will be looking at numbers. So if there are a large number of media there, we will have facilities obviously in our media centre for others to be part of that, and to ensure that everybody's safety is very important to us.
but just to reassure everyone, if demand outstrips supply in terms of space for safety reasons, we will be, through our host broadcaster DMI, we will be pushing live coverage onto our world feed, but also that live coverage will go onto the screens in the media centre, and we have a National Day media conference each day as well. So we'll get some behind the scenes footage for the media who want to take it off our live world feed or off the media asset management as well.
So Shona, what has the pandemic shown us at Expo, and why is this event still important when the world is trying to recover from the global pandemic?
I think our overall theme, connecting minds, creating the future, has never been more relevant than it is now. We're really looking to bring everybody together, and it's important that everybody is here. We've seen so many challenges during the pandemic, so I think people are now more focused, people are wanting to connect together. And to really, look at these solutions together from that point of view. We recently held a meeting for our international participants, and we had 173 countries here with us in Dubai, and just hearing the feedback from people saying it was so good to actually connect together, to be in a room, to be at a venue all together and to discuss things together. I mean, we have got used to the virtual world, and there's certainly that's part of our offering as well, but I think it doesn't replace that human touch and really connecting in person.
Don't you think that many aspects of the agenda for Expo, with the participation of our countries and the coming together of different cultures, discussing the outcomes and the future after the pandemic will be crucial to what we're talking about and what we're trying to achieve at Expo.
Yes, I mean, I think topics like sustainability, health and wellness, all these areas that were on our agenda before, but are now even more important and more relevant, I think, now for everybody to be coming together. And, you know, one person can't solve these things. It really does need a coming together of everybody to make a difference.
Yeah. Well, as we all would know, events, large gatherings, the biggest question and everyone's fear is safety.
Yes.
Hamed, can you shed some light on what safety measures Expo are putting in place?
So the health and well-being of each and every individual is our top priority. It's the easiest and smoothest events that you can come to, and of course it has to be interesting and fun as well. So that balance is exactly what we're looking for, ensuring that the trip is smooth, the trip is safe, and it's also exciting and interesting. So we've implemented all the different guidelines, either with the DHA working with our Dubai Health Authority and the international guidelines and our international participants. So we've put in all the different health guidelines, including the sanitization everywhere, social distancing. This is continuing to be a very dynamic process. So wearing masks is mandatory right now, and this is moving, and we are moving and ensuring that always we are on top of the guidelines, ensuring the health and safety of each and every individual.
And I think if I can just add to that, I mean, as an Expo, we're very much focused on technology and innovation. And we've seen the innovation come in and progress hugely during the start of the pandemic. So looking at how smart queuing can help so that we can ensure that people, when they're queuing, are queuing in safety, they're feeling comfortable, as well as all the measures that Mohammed just mentioned on the sanitization and safe distancing and so on. So
and specifically for the media, we will see a decrease in capacities of, let's say, our media conference rooms, but to mitigate that, we'll feed the footage throughout our media centre, and it's a fantastic facility, world-class, technology-led media centre.
During the event, what news and content opportunities will be available for the media?
Part of my job is to make sure that we identify the opportunities, the interview opportunities. If there is a talk between two key opinion leaders, we need to make sure that the media have access to that. So in terms of making sure that the media are aware of everything that's going on, we have the media information system. We have a daily media briefing, which is going to be hosted by my friend Mohammed.
So following on that, so that briefing, we're talking about 60 live events per day. So there's going to be a lot of different events going on. While that is going, so we're talking about international business forums, we're talking about parades, we're talking about cultural exchange events.
It's almost difficult to narrow it down.
So if we're talking about international events, we have the chess,
the World Chess
Championship that's going to happen here. The World Government Summit, and much more big different events. Each country will have its own pavilion, and it's a chance for them to tell their story, and it's a chance for us to see them tell that story. It's a place to be engaged with one another.
I think the news agenda is really important, a really important aspect of this, isn't it? That the media want to come and get news. They want to get they want to get breaking information. They want to be on the ground when announcements happen. Shona, what are your expectations in that side?
Well, I think certainly that's where the daily media briefing is going to be key, to point to some of the key areas that we feel are likely to result in breaking news. I think there are so many discussions taking place within our People and Planet programme. We have the World Majlis events taking place with some really key speakers coming here, and I think their presence, their input, we're expecting great output as well. It's not just the input of everybody. I think it's, you know, what comes out of this Expo. The Expo is about bringing people together to really solve these challenges. So.
But the media are going to say, and we're going to do a Q&A session later, what they're going to say is, okay, who's coming?
Yes, it's a top secret at the moment. It's coming soon.
It's coming soon, and over the course of the next few weeks, we'll be making
we're very
announcements.
much looking. I mean, today is our opportunity to really engage with all the media, and then from now until event time, we are looking to announce different pieces of information. So I can promise you, we will be revealing more information very, very soon over the coming days.
And if not, I'm going to give you all Shona's phone number.
You know who to go to when those announcements are not on time. What do those next months look like for the media? What can we expect to see and hear about it in the news channels?
So certainly who's actually attending in terms of speakers, some of the headline acts that we've got, and some of the other engagement. I think also to really focus on some of our international pavilions. As Mohammed mentioned, this is an amazing opportunity with over 190 countries to have their own space and tell their own story.
We talked a lot about programming, events, entertainment, national days, countries. What media opportunities are available for any business programming that's happening at Expo 2020?
Yes, we've got a huge amount of opportunities. We have a fabulous exhibition centre where a number of the events are being held, but some are actually being held in some of our pavilions, the Women's Pavilion, Expo Live, also our Sports Pavilion where we'll be running coaching sessions, so there's a business element there as well as the practical sports side. But within our People and Planet programme, which is our overall umbrella for the business programming, a lot of that focuses around thematic weeks. So we've picked the key themes that really matter and really focusing in on those. So a week of activity, a whole range of different talks, whether they be small talks, more TEDx type talks, or large scale ones. So some of the thematic weeks would include space, climate and biodiversity, health and wellness, and very importantly the sustainable goals, a key area that we really want to focus on, ensuring that the world is really coming together to achieve those sustainable goals.
And just to pick up on what Shona just said, Expo will not only be celebrating our special days like Christmas and the upcoming UAE Golden's Jubilee or Diwali or Mother's Day or New Year, but more than 190 national days.
So there's going to be a lot of busy times coming up the next few
The next 100 days are pretty crucial for us.
Yes.
And the key communication for me, a plea is to please get accredited.
Yes, finalize your participation.
Even if you're not able to join us physically, you need to be accredited to get access to all of our assets.
Before I wrap up, I want to come to you one by one and ask you, what are you most looking forward to? And I'm going to start with you, Mohammed. Please tell us.
Everything. I'm more interested in the food, in the cultural exchanges, in the positive vibes. We need this energy of people coming together from all around the world in one place.
Arwa?
Visitors' reactions and experience. I can't wait for us to open our doors and welcome our visitors. So we've opened Terra, our sustainability pavilion, in January for about 3 months, and that was sort of like a sneak peek, and I was lucky enough to be part of that. And I got to see these visitors' excited faces. They were so inspired afterwards. And I was just thinking, imagine having Expo open for 6 months and having all these people come in. It's going to be amazing.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Shona?
Yes, I would echo what you've just said, because to me the site is stunning with all the architecture and the lights, and in Al Wasl when it's all lit up at night. It's just so incredible, and we've been lucky enough to see that and be part of all the testing that's going on at the moment, to share that with everybody else. I can't wait to see the reaction of my family to come and see it, and because I've been talking about it now for so much that, you know, just to see them on site and to see everybody interacting and really experiencing it, and that hustle and bustle on site, I think would just be incredible.
Sorry, that's the thing with it. The whole family enjoys it.
Absolutely.
So it's for adults, for children, for young people. They all go in and they enjoy themselves.
The experiences they're going to see, the things that they're going to witness, and of course the memories that they will take with them once they leave it. Mandy?
3 things.
Please.
And it sounds like Shona, Mohammed and I are going for dinner because I'm, as you can probably tell, I'm a foodie and very excited about some of the plans that we're not yet able to announce on the gastronomic side. I'm looking forward to seeing what the big new invention is that comes out of Expo. And I know that we won't necessarily know about it immediately, but things like the X-ray machine were first announced at Expo, the ice cream cone. Where would we be without the ice cream cone? And Heinz tomato ketchup. So I'm looking forward to understanding what the big thing is that comes out. And then finally, and this may sound cheesy, I'm really looking forward to delivering what we've been planning for the last many years. I mean, Her Excellency and her team started this in 2013. And I'm looking forward to having the media here and for us sharing in Expo with them and making sure that they get what they need out of it. But what about you? What are you most looking forward to, Majed?
I'm looking forward to most the opening ceremony, certainly, and just to see the whole world in one place. As you guys already mentioned multiple times, the international participants, we have 192 plus, we have national days and sometimes 2 national days. So just to see the variety of different people that will be at Expo and the experiences that everybody will be witnessing. And of course the memories that they will take home with them.
Yep.
So that brings us to a wrap. Thank you, Mohammed, Shona, Mandy, and Arwa for your time today and joining us on the Global Briefing Roundtable. Now tell us, what are you most looking forward to?
Expo 2020 Dubai manages various online media systems to help you cover the event. Tawasul, the media information system, is an essential system that connects you to important operational information and updates on services and facilities available, such as how to get accredited, transport options, process for media-related permits, Expo 2020 program calendar, and so much more. It also connects you to Expo-generated content and assets. And at event time, Tawasul becomes a real-time news service. So whether you are covering Expo in person or remotely, Tawasul will provide you with the up-to-date content to assist you in preparing your stories, programs, and features to cover the event. Tawasul is the gateway to important media systems that can only be accessed by accredited media. The Media Asset Management System is an extensive library of Expo 2020 video, still images, and sound cuts or clips, including pre-packaged content, segments and features, as well as new cuts and free footage for editorial use by accredited media, subject to rights. The Media Booking System is a platform for accredited media to book media facilities and services within the Expo Media Center and throughout the Expo site. It is also where accredited media will be able to request Expo Media Center guest passes and find information about how to request access to pavilions. The Spectrum Order Portal is a platform where media must register radio frequency devices for use in the Expo site. Allocation of frequencies must be confirmed to you prior to using RF devices on site. Please note that deadlines for registering equipment are fast approaching, so please register your equipment now. Please remember that Tawasul connects you to everything you need to cover Expo, whether you plan to cover in person or remotely.
Now, we're going to take you on a virtual tour to show you firsthand some of our facilities created especially for accredited media on site, presented by just a few of our specialist media team, who will be here throughout the event to help you in any way you need.
Welcome to the Expo Media Centre, the main working space and operational hub for accredited media during Expo 2020 Dubai.
The Expo Media Centre contains all of the services and facilities needed to support you and your work throughout the event. Located in the centre of the site, adjacent to Al Wasl Plaza, the Expo Media Centre is at the heart of Expo, in walking distance to pavilions, performance spaces and food outlets. We're open every day of Expo from 9 a.m. and close at midnight during the week or 2 a.m. on the weekends. To gain access to the Expo Media Centre, you will need to be accredited as media and bring your accreditation pass with you. Our friendly volunteer team will be on hand to welcome you at the information desks on each level.
In the media workrooms, volunteers can assist you with information on the latest media opportunities, wayfinding, event information, locker hire, connecting to the internet and content queries. The first stop for many of you will be the media workrooms on levels 3, 4 and 5. We have 300 unreserved workspaces with desk space, power, internet connectivity and printer access. There is 5G available throughout the building, so you will always be connected. There are also cabled internet positions within the workrooms for photographers and broadcasters. There are lockers where you can leave your belongings or store your equipment. Positions in the workroom will be available on a first-come, first-served basis, and there'll be coffee, tea and snacks available for you throughout the day. Telecommunications provider Etisalat will provide you with your telecoms needs through their retail outlet and kiosk. The Media Centre is also home to a variety of broadcast spaces, some of which will be used to create the world feed and content that will be available to all accredited media via the Media Asset Management System.
We have a range of facilities that can be booked through the media booking system. And the media bookings team will be here to help you check into your space. Television studios with views over the Expo site, private workrooms, edit suites, interview rooms with a variety of backdrops, radio studios, and voiceover booths. For more information on the Expo Media Centre, please see the Plan Your Journey section in Tawasul, or contact the team and we will be happy to assist you with your inquiries. We are very excited to see you at the Expo Media Centre and look forward to welcoming you in October.
Expo 2020 Dubai has a wealth of content gathering opportunities, from concerts and cultural performances to great meetings of the minds. Marvel at the architecture and art installations, or engage with roving entertainers. Whatever your area of interest, we've secured all the best vantage points around the site for you to capture spectacular still and moving images and discover all the stories of Expo. We have dedicated bookable photography and broadcast positions in all the main performance venues, including Dubai Millennium Amphitheatre, Jubilee Park and Al Wasl Plaza. There are reserved seats for media and interview areas, as well as platforms along procession routes. Need a place with an amazing backdrop for your piece to camera or live cross? We've got that covered too, with a number of outdoor studios and stand-up positions around the site available to book. We'll help fast-track your entry to the Expo pavilions and other attractions. However, we ask you to contact the media liaison officers of each country to access their pavilions. Our teams on the ground are here to help you plan your journey and get you where you need to be so you don't miss a minute of the action.
Tawasul, meaning connect in Arabic, is the Expo 2020 Dubai Media Information System, connecting you to important operational information and content. In line with our sustainability goals, Expo won't be producing a hard copy media guide for the event. Tawasul will be your online media guide pre-event and will transition into a real-time news service at event time, an important tool to help you plan your journey to and coverage of Expo 2020 Dubai. Email notifications for press releases and media alerts will reduce at event time, as you will have access to breaking news and operational updates, all at your fingertips on Tawasul. Please encourage all your colleagues covering Expo to register for Tawasul now. It is important to know that registering for access to Tawasul is not a request for media accreditation. Within key links on the Tawasul homepage, please click the Media Accreditation Expression of Interest link and complete the online form to commence the accreditation process. The accreditation page outlines further information on the media accreditation process and terms and conditions. On the Tawasul homepage, you will find all the latest news, breaking news, press releases, media alerts, media conference highlight, flash quotes from participants, dignitaries, and performers, scheduled media events, informing you of upcoming media events and conferences across the Expo site, key links to access important media systems only accessible to accredited media, the Expo program calendar and the media accreditation expression of interest, featured video and images for you to view and download from the Media Asset Management System, and the Expo 2020 Dubai Fact Sheet, a resource for facts and figures to support your coverage. let's look at everything else Tawasul has to offer. Within About, you will find information about Expo 2020 Dubai and the history of Expo, the Expo 2020 site, participants and pavilions, and additional information about Expo Live, Expo school programs, mascots, and much more. Within Plan Your Journey, you will find important planning and operational media information to help you plan your coverage. We urge you to please review all sections within your Plan Your Journey today before submitting your questions to our team. Your questions may already be answered here. Please be sure to review the information and processes required to film and photograph within the Expo site, as well as how to obtain a permit to film and photograph outside the site across the UAE. If you are bringing media equipment into the UAE, either as an accompanied or unaccompanied baggage, you are required to obtain a temporary import of media equipment permit. You'll find information on the process to obtain the permit and additional information within the Logistics, Customs, and Freight page. Tawasul currently hosts Expo news and assets for media use. In the latest news, you will find press releases, media alerts, as well as media operational updates and reminders. You can select images, video, or audio to search, review, and download Expo-generated assets. From the 1st of August 2021, images, video, and audio for editorial use will only be available to view and download from the Media Asset Management System for accredited media. A link to the system is available on Tawasul, and you will need to be accredited to gain access. Tawasul is your connection to important media information, updates on facilities and services, and a variety of editorial content and assets. Be sure to regularly check Tawasul for latest news and updates.
Tawasul is our full news service at event time, and we hope it will become your primary source of real-time information. Next, we'd like to provide some specific information around broadcasting at Expo at event time. And here are some of my broadcast management colleagues to tell you more.
The broadcast management team is here to support all broadcasters covering Expo 2020 Dubai. We encourage all media to visit Expo. Throughout the 6 months of the event, there will be an incredible variety of entertaining, thought-provoking, and newsworthy activities taking place every day. And nobody tells stories to your audiences better than you. You've heard all about the Expo Media Center, the state-of-the-art facilities and services available there, and all around the site. In addition, we will also provide all necessary transmission and satellite services. These can be booked at an additional cost through our telecommunications partner at the Salat. Production facilities and crews are available to hire on a rate card basis from our host broadcaster. Each day, we'll transmit a world feed of Expo content to accredited media for onward transmission. The world feed will be a mix of live events and post-produced content. It'll also contain up-to-the-minute news items. The feed will be distributed globally, and we will publish confirmed distribution platforms and methods in due course. Everything that happens from the opening and closing ceremonies, headline acts, National Day celebrations, and breaking news will be transmitted on the world feed. This service will complement the Media Asset Management System, our extensive library of Expo 2020 video, photography, and audio assets, all free and available 24/7 for accredited media. We're delighted to announce the Media Asset Management System is now live, so as soon as you are accredited, you can immediately access the content. Please contact our specialist team with any queries, and you will shortly be hearing more about the specifications of the system. The MAM has advanced search and retrieval functions, allowing you to easily find the content you need, be that VNR, pre-edited segments, B-roll, interviews, or photos. Please do get in touch now to talk through your broadcast and transmission plans and to book the facilities and services you need. So whether you represent a global broadcaster or you're an online vlogger, a one-man band or a full-size crew, whether you're here in Dubai or covering from home base, we will provide everything necessary to help you tell compelling stories and look forward to welcoming you.
The Media Asset Management System, or MAM, is an extensive library of Expo 2020 video, photographs, and sound cuts, including pre-packaged content, segments, and features, as well as news, clips, and complimentary footage for editorial use by accredited media. The MAM allows you to access Expo 2020 content 24/7 from anywhere in the world. with all you may need to tell a story of the event or complement your own coverage. The MAM offers a set of tools and features that will facilitate the search, review, and retrieval of assets. Use its powerful text-based function to search for content. Review the results displayed as lists and grids for easier navigation and filter the results. Save your searches and choose to be notified when new content is added. Watch videos and listen to audio tracks in the MAM Media Player with full screen viewing, fast forward and slow motion, frame by frame in advance, timecode view, and full range of keyboard shortcuts. The Create Clip feature will allow you to set in and out points using drag handles on the zoom-able timeline to create a video edit. High-resolution images can be viewed in full screen and navigated using on-screen controls to locate areas of detail. The download of assets is secure and encrypted over HTTPS, a secure method of exchanging between the server and the client browser. Any rights restrictions for usage of the asset will be listed here. Please check carefully before use. To access the MAM, make sure you have applied for media accreditation. If you already have an accreditation number, please log into Tawasul and look for the MAM link. Please read and accept the terms and conditions and privacy policy. If you have any questions or require any assistance, the Media Asset Management team will be happy to assist.
So we hope you'll agree that we've created first-class facilities and services for broadcasters. And whether you're creating your own content here, enhancing your content with our assets, or creating programming remotely, we're here to help, and we'll answer all of your additional questions live after this program. Next, I'd like to introduce you to our photography team and their offering.
Join us at Expo 2020 Dubai.
Here at Expo 2020 Dubai, we'll provide the best possible opportunities to accredited photographers to produce outstanding images. Our mission is to deliver an exceptional expo from a visual perspective. We will ensure the best possible photographic coverage in order to distribute millions of images to the widest possible global audience. Canon, one of Expo's partners, will provide their latest camera equipment to all accredited photographers free of charge during the event. All facilities and services will be provided at the Expo Media Centre and throughout the site. A selection of the weekly best pictures will be printed on a large format printer inside the Expo Media Centre and will be exhibited in our photographic gallery. In addition, we'll be organising photographic workshops with internationally awarded photographers who will join us here during the event. It's our role to provide the best possible photo positions at all of the performance venues and beauty locations around the site. Platforms and risers will be at key performing spaces for unobstructed sightlines. Remote cameras, an exhibition gallery, all of these just a few of the many facilities and services we will provide to all accredited photographers. For those joining us here at Expo 2020 Dubai, you will have the opportunity to photograph the unique architecture of the 3 thematic pavilions: mobility, sustainability, and opportunity. The Al Wasl Dome, the beating heart of Expo 2020 Dubai, where the national days will take place, as well as the amazing opening and closing ceremonies, plus all of the extraordinary pavilions that have been built by participating countries. For those who will not be able to join us here in Dubai, you will have access to the Media Asset Management system and be able to download all of the photographs free of charge. Every picture tells a story. Every story creates a legacy. Our mission is to deliver a world-class photography operation. International events are often judged by the still images captured by photographers and seen by millions of readers and viewers worldwide. We are here for you today, to capture the world of tomorrow.
The Media Booking System is a platform for accredited media to request media facilities and services within the Expo Media Center and throughout the Expo site. The majority of these facilities are supplied with power and fiber or internet connectivity. Please only book the facilities you need and cancel in good time if your plans change. Expo 2020 has done its very best to minimize costs to media attending the event, so facilities are offered free of charge and only services provided by our third parties are chargeable. Expo's official telecommunications and digital services partner, Etisalat, offers transmission and telecommunication services to accredited media. While our Expo 2020 host broadcaster, Dubai Media Incorporated, offers production staff and equipment. All host broadcaster and Etisalat services will be bookable on the system and made available upon confirmation of payments made directly to the service provider. To access the media booking system, you will find the link on the Tawasul homepage and use your accreditation credentials to log in. Once you've agreed to the system terms and conditions, you're ready to book. Bookings differ for each facility and service. We recommend placing your request early through the media booking system, as many items are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Some facilities and services require booking a minimum of 7 days in advance, while others may require a day. In all cases where payment is required, please factor in sufficient time for funds transfer. On the media booking system, you will also find information on how to request Expo Media Center guest passes, access to pavilions, and third-party spaces within the Expo site. For more information on the media booking system, please visit the media booking system page on Tawasul. Our media bookings team is available to assist and answer any of your queries.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, hello to you wherever you are in the world. As the Chief Technology Officer of Expo 2020 Dubai, I feel privileged to be here with you today to share some of the exciting milestones that our team of information technology professionals have prepared ahead of your visit to Expo 2020 to ensure we deliver one of the most innovative and secured world expos in the event's 170-year history. Expo 2020 will be one of the world's most technologically connected sites. It will be powered by advanced 5G technology that will serve as the backbone to our network and will connect more than 130 smart buildings. This network will support more than 40,000 wired and 250,000 wireless connections across the site to enable visitors to stay connected to the world. Expo 2020 Dubai will create new visitor experience using innovation that will thrill as much as it will inform.
To control the use of radio frequency devices, Expo 2020 requires that any equipment with the ability to operate over the radio spectrum must be pre-approved before entering the Expo site. All media must submit requests for radio frequency equipment approval via the Expo Spectrum Order portal now. Radio frequency devices already registered with the Telecommunication Regulatory Authority in the UAE will not work on the Expo 2020 site. Media must register all their radio frequency devices on the Spectrum Order portal for approval for use on the Expo site. In addition, all radio frequency devices entering the UAE, regardless of if they will be operated or not, require customs clearance from the Telecommunications Regulatory Authority. This can be applied for in the same portal. The spectrum usage dates you require determines when your application must be submitted by and the date you can expect to receive your permit. Applications that span over multiple periods must be submitted by the deadline for the earliest spectrum period. Spectrum can be requested for a maximum period of up to 14 days at a time. Within the Spectrum Order portal, you can view the outcome of your request, and if approved, you can download the permit and the customs clearance letter. In the UAE, the Telecommunications Regulatory Authority applies the EU Wireless Policy Bandwidth Scheme, also known as the Spectrum Region 1. Some devices using other schemes authorized for use in other regions, such as the USA, Japan, and Australia, may not be authorized to operate within the UAE. For more information and support about equipment compatibility and rental options in the UAE, contact Spectrum at Expo 2020 Dubai. 3G, 4G, and 5G broadcasting systems such as TVU PAC, LiveU, or Avi West will not require a Spectrum order request for use at Expo. Expo, or the Telecommunications Regulatory Authority, cannot guarantee the quality of service for these systems. To access the Spectrum Order portal, you will find the link on the Tawasul homepage and use your accreditation credentials to log in. For more information on the Spectrum Order portal, please visit the Spectrum Management page on Tawasul. Our Expo Spectrum team are available to assist and answer any of your queries.
Of course, at Expo, there'll be many opportunities for you to relax, take in the atmosphere, and experience the best of what Expo has to offer. Here's a taster of what to expect.
Experience magical entertainment and events, from concerts to spectacular theatrical performances. Incredible dance acts, acrobats and street performers that will roam the Expo site. Stunning nighttime light shows on our Wasl Dome's 360-degree projection surface. Be inspired by a journey through contemporary artworks. Sample gourmet dishes, local and regional street food, and favourite classics. Discover new flavours from around the globe. More than 190 countries will showcase the best of their cultures and cuisines. Look forward to new innovations, inspiration, and celebrations. Every day for 6 months.
I hope this session has been useful for you all and that you feel compelled to accredit immediately and join us in the making of a new world at Expo from the 1st of October 2021 to the 31st of March 2022. Your health and safety are of primary importance to us when you're with us here at Expo. Here's Danya Mohammed to tell you about the measures we've put in place.
Every event in the world has been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. What hasn't changed is visitor safety being at the heart of all our plans. Today, we have better insight than ever about the conditions in which Expo will be held. The changes we've made and will continue to make places your health at the forefront of our minds. Social distancing is still an effective way to ensure safety. As such, we've studied site capacities in detail, including spaces dedicated to media. The smart queuing system will allow visitors to spend less time in queues. Other mitigations include behavioral reminder signage and sanitization measures, including the provision of hand sanitizers throughout the site, and ensuring all touchpoints are cleaned throughout the day. In the Expo Media Center, we'll have desk dividers in the open plan workrooms. The media booking system allows you to reserve a studio, edit suite, or camera position, and gives us the ability to control and track the usage of these spaces. And of course, we've expanded our content offering for remote coverage to complement the in-person media coverage. So, as you can see, we're doing everything we can to make your workplace at Expo as comfortable as possible. And we encourage you to do your bit too by wearing a face mask and minimizing physical contact with others wherever possible. Lastly, Expo has the experience and capacity to implement workforce COVID-19 testing. And with the globally leading rates of vaccination here in the UAE, we're aiming for a fully vaccinated workforce by the time we open our doors to the world. Later this month, we'll share our Expo 2020 COVID-19 guidelines, leaving room for flexibility and further amendments subject to international and domestic regulations as we move closer to October 1st.
Now, just before we open the floor to our Q&A session, let's hear from two of our chiefs, Sholto Douglas Home and Dr. Tariq Shire.
This astonishing project has been more than 7 years in the making. Many of you have been with us for much of this time. And whilst the global pandemic has brought unprecedented challenges, our Expo vision remains the same. We will host a truly exceptional event that brings people together physically or virtually in a way that entertains, informs, and inspires us all to help create a better, brighter future. The world's media have a pivotal role to play in helping to amplify Expo's spectrum of powerful content, which we have distilled into 5 accessible themes. The greatest global gathering, the world's most inventive ideas, the world's most inspiring architecture, a world of collaboration and opportunity for business, and of course, the world's greatest show of live events and entertainment. Expo 2020 Dubai is one of the first mega global events to take place since the onset of the pandemic. From a media perspective, this presents challenges and responsibilities, but also a fabulous opportunity to play a really key part in our invitation to everyone to join the making of a new world.
Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you found the sessions informative and you were able to learn more about all the preparations that Expo 2020 has undertaken. When the UAE was announced as host of Expo 2020 back in 2013, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, our Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, promised to deliver to the world an Expo that will astonish. We continue to be committed 8 years on to delivering just that. Of course, the crisis that the whole world underwent because of the pandemic changed absolutely nothing for us. We continue to be committed as we are passionate about what this Expo platform can do to the world. We have the unwavering support of our leadership to deliver Expo 2020, but we also have the very strong support of more than 190 countries that also, despite all of the difficulties that the world faced, continue to be committed to deliver and to bring their voice, the voice of their people and the voice of their academia, the voice of their businesses, everybody's voice that matters into this global conversation. We welcome you to come and explore the incredible site that we've built and to see how this will be transformed into a model smart city unlike any other in the world. This Expo is not just about dialogue, it is also about discovery, discovering technology, discovering the future, and we will continue that very important tradition of World Expos. So come, experience it yourself, and work with us to really deliver the message to the world in the hope that together, as long as we continue talking and listening to one another, we can really make a difference and we can have a better future for all. We look forward to seeing you in October, and thank you for listening.
This is our time. هذا وقتنا. This is the moment we have to decide. It's time to stand up and vow to be what the world needs now. هذا وقتنا. This is our time. اليوم نفكر والبكرة نقرر أحلام كثير تجمعنا وتزيد قوتنا محبتنا إرادتنا. Wake up to find this day. هذا وقتنا. This is our time.